Spurs took game one. Victor Wembanyama receiving his Defensive Player of the Year award in front of the adoring fans. Wemby, baseline, as the shot clock winds down, bucket good. Hit 35 in his playoff debut. Stephon Castle, corner triple. Spurs up one after the first. And this is the moment where everything changes in the game and perhaps the series as Wembanyama stumbles trying to get to the cup, and he fell hard and hit his head and jaw hard on the floor. He would leave the game and remained out in concussion protocol. Game rolls on. Castle with a putback dunk ties this game at 42. A few possessions later, this man was exceptional in this ball game, and it's Scoot Henderson, 19 in the first half. We're tied at 57 at the break. Spurs up 4. Devin Vassell off the screen. That's cookies. Blazers trying to go fast, and it's a turnover from Drew Holiday. Vassell can't get the layup, but De'Aaron Fox is there all by himself, and it actually is worse for Portland because Denny Avdia fouls Fox. It turns into an and one. The lead's 9. Now Luke Cornett, dipsy-do reverse dunk, and it's a 14-point lead. Spurs in control, or are they? There's Robert Williams III. Paint finish. Keep that in mind as you see this. Here's Scoot. I told you he was great in this one. 3 of his 31. It's a 1-point game. Next Blazer possession. Williams corner 3. It's an air ball, but there's Drew. Catches that bucket. Blazers up 1. Under 20 to go. Denny Avdia keeps that foot off the ground, and there's Williams with a throwdown. And the Blazers bench loving that as it's a 3-point advantage. 5 seconds to go, 3-point lead. Vassell, corner 3, challenged, no foul, and Portland gets the stop, and they get the victory. There's Thibault on the great challenge without contact. At least I didn't think so. Mitch Johnson wasn't happy about that. Here's Johnson with an update on Wemby after the loss.
Mitch, Victor's in concussion protocol, but is he being examined for anything beyond that?
No.
I know it's early, but are you already planning to rule him out or go forward thinking that he's not going to be available for Game 3?
You know, it's tough. That protocol is the protocol, so we'll just follow it as everyone else does and plan accordingly.
You know, you say next man up mentality, but the entire team has to step up because he leaves a big hole in the lineup, both offensively and defensively. And then obviously we don't know how long he's going to be out, but we got to be ready to play without him.
Brian Windhorst joins me now. If there were ever a question, and I can't imagine there would be, about the relative value of Wembanyama, it's clearly illustrated in this game. We're hearing about the protocol. We know what it is in the NFL. In the NBA, it's 48 hours, and that would not impact Game 3, but we obviously don't know the specifics of his condition, and I'm not asking you to be a doctor here because you're not. But what does San Antonio do in the short term if Wembanyama is unable to go?
Well, I got good news and bad news. The good news is that if you're going to have 2 days, you know, the spot where they've got 2 days between games is 2 days between games 2 and 3. They don't play Game 3 until Friday. So in theory, there's enough hours, but it all depends on how he responds with the symptoms. But after 48 hours, he can maybe start that protocol. But as you can see right there, I mean, he's hitting that floor very hard. They said that he didn't have any other injuries, but Scott, we're going to have to wait a couple of days to figure out where this is. And not only that, but Harrison Barnes injured his wrist in this game, and Dylan Harper finished the game on the bench, aggravating a thumb injury. The Spurs come out of this not only even in this series without home court, they come out of this with several injuries. And the way that the Blazers were able to take advantage of it, attacking the paint, the way the Spurs offense sort of eroded, especially their three-point shooting without Victor to space the floor, it really is going to be a gut check moment for the Spurs.
Was chuckling with Iman Shumpert on Monday evening about Wembanyama and how he truly messes up everything you want to do on offense single-handedly. How did Portland exploit his absence in terms of paint points? I mean, I think you had the numbers, but it was obvious.
Well, the first quarter, which Victor played 9 minutes of, Portland goes 9 of 12 in the paint. Okay, he's a difference maker there. The other 3 quarters, they go 17 of 32. I mean, that's all you need to know. And I got to take my hat off to the Blazers in this game. Denny Avdia, I think, was being bothered by a sore back or something in this game. He doesn't score in the fourth quarter, and they're down 14, and they manufacture a road victory, a group that has not had a playoff win together, much less a road playoff win, to get even and go home with home court advantage. Scoot Henderson with the game of his young career, to Monty Kamara playing his second ever playoff game, scores 8 of his 10 points in the fourth quarter. Even though Wembanyama is the story here and going forward, the Blazers pull.
All right, we got more reaction from a San Antonio perspective as the night will continue to unfold here on NBA TV. Keep in mind, just about to hit the second quarter at the conclusion of the first quarter. Lakers and Rockets still playing a tight ball game. We got some updates coming up on that one in just a moment. That said, the NBA making a little bit of news here. SGA, Clutch Player of the Year. Not a huge surprise, but when you take a down 1 or 2 and you need a bucket, what's the mental side of it? You've been in these situations before, IT. Like, is it just not thinking, just completely reacting? I got to imagine all the practice time, Rudy made reference to his spot and knowing what he's going to do. Like, are you just trying to look and finish the way that you've practiced?
I mean, you read and react. You prepare for those moments, but you also go there with what you know, and you go to your spots that you're comfortable in. He's always usually on the right side of the court. You want to step back to his right. He's had a lot of success on that end. But like me individually, I'm just taking what the defense gives me, knowing that I can get into certain spots and be comfortable there, but knowing that I've worked so hard to be able to be in these situations where any shot feels comfortable for a score like that. And then when your teammates look to you to be this guy, it only gives you confidence to pull through in these moments. And obviously he's done the best job in the NBA for the last couple years. And you got to give a big shout out to SGA.
Yeah. Rudy, earlier we did the highlight with San Antonio. We saw Wemby with the Defensive Player of the Year hardware, and you had said, well, maybe that's not the only one he's going to get. And I know you were alluding to MVP, but SGA, hey. I want to put you on the spot, but like, is it, now that the regular season is done, we're in the postseason, you still like him?
I mean, I was saying this could be foreshadowing. Who knows? I mean, look, Clutch Player of the Year, he's been the most consistent, I would say. Team's the best. I mean, I don't think anybody here would be surprised if he won it again. But, we liked a little bit of cinema. And Wemby's still out there. Jokic is still out there. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, something tells me no matter how this plays out, to see what this run's going to be in the playoffs, going to be spectacular from an OKC perspective. Maybe it's San Antonio. Maybe it's Denver that stands in their way, although T-Wolves fans are like, dude, did you watch the I did. I'm just saying what we thought was going to happen before the postseason started. Congrats to SGA, your Clutch Player of the Year.